It was in 1993, here in Treaty 6 territory, where the river runs through the city's core, that the Multicultural Health Brokers came into being. Our story began with a small group of women, natural leaders in their own communities, who were trained by the local public health department to take on maternal infant health education. Today, over 100 of us are working shoulder to shoulder as cultural brokers, bringing our unique gifts to our cooperative to serve families within 27 ethnocultural communities across Edmonton around a myriad of family needs. Brokers have a unique understanding of the diverse life experiences, culture, and languages of their communities. We work to bridge that understanding culturally and linguistically toward meaningful and reciprocal connections between families and service providers. We are privileged to accompany roughly 10,000 youth, adults, and wise elders from 2,000 families each year on their journey to contribute to the economic, cultural, and social wealth of the city. Okay. Here's to us after 27 years, eh? Yeah. It would be wonderful if you could share one word that described how you felt when you first came to Canada, when there wasn't us, there wasn't the co-op.
Yeah. Well, when I just came to Canada, I was scared, afraid, isolated.
Mixing a lot from my heart, my brand.
Missing.
Missing.
Yes, that's true.
I think I feel feel cold from my heart.
From your heart out. Yeah. The coldness is from your heart out. Eh? Wow. Okay, now 27 years later, hey, we were among the group of colleagues who created the co-op at that time. There were, when we created, about 16 who registered in 1998. Yeah. Now there are 100 of us, hey, and we've been working hard, working holistically. What would be the word to describe how you feel now?
Excited.
Excited.
Hopeful. More knowledgeable.
Yeah, maybe
blooming.
You feel that we're blooming. Okay, it's beautiful. Remy, how
I feel warm, feel love.
Feel warmth and love. Wow, that's the essence of what 27 years together, working hard to serve our communities have brought forward. Hey, cheers.
I came to Canada when I was about 5 years old, and I had not a lot of supports within school or mainstream institutions. So when I was connected with the Kurdish youth program when I was 11 years old, it was really life-changing for me. Finding those youth groups really allowed me to explore and identify my heritage, and some of the same things that I was ashamed or sad about became areas of pride for myself, and I wanted to be involved in that process for other youth as well. I became involved by becoming the youth program coordinator for the Kurdish group, which led to my role now as the youth program manager, and I keep those same principles in mind that helped me. The 5 spheres of empowerment that we work through really embody what those changes were for me. So personal care, that one-on-one support that a broker gives, whether it be getting a driver's license or filling out a passport application, allowing someone to be there with you while you're maneuvering through those institutions that you don't quite understand yet. Something like small group development, which brings like-minded people together to explore some areas of collective interest. So the Kurdish youth group that really helped me develop and do homework and join soccer clubs and teams. Community organizing, that's communities coming together and advocating for a new resource center or a new health clinic within their communities and areas of need. Coalition building, that's creating relationships with institutions, and that can look like just going to schools and advocating for ESL programming for our youth that are not yet caught up in the English language. Policy and program and practice considerations, this is school boards, this is governments, hearing firsthand from immigrant experiences and changing their programs and policies to reflect those experiences. My hope is that we have programming that speaks to the youth, that speaks to their cultural identity and their heritage, and allows them to grow and develop in ways that are healthy, meaningful, and beneficial for their lives overall.
iyagoo i caawinaya oo wax walbaba ilmaheyda programka halkan ku xirnay oo wax walba liga caawinayo oo ninkii iga tagay ba hadana ninkii isoo dhaxgalay markii isoo dhaxgalay dadkii waxaan kamid ahay oo multicultural oo volunteer aan ka shaqeynay oo
Imaanaysa.
family program imaaday
Sax.
oo iska noloshadayda iska fiicnaay oo dhinaca oo helpinka ilmaha laga helpi karaynaay iskuulka caafimaadka wax walba.
My interest in my research is to understand how immigrant and refugee families in Canada, how they can be supported to have a harmonious transition in Canada, and in particular, who is helping those families. Within that movement, there is the Multicultural Health Brokers Co-op, because the work they do is so holistic, it sets them apart from many other organizations and models that I have been studying across Canada. So in one of my research, I accompanied a cultural broker to a visit. And at this time, the mother was pregnant, and the cultural broker went with the family to visit the mother. But what I found surprising is that what the mother really talked about was the fact that she didn't have, her status was unclear. One of her children needed dental support. The mother didn't seem to have enough money. So then what I thought was just a simple visit about a follow-up on a support of a mother who is going to have a baby, who's pregnant, became a larger issue. That example really illustrated for me the complexity of the work that they did. Because in a traditional setting, a traditional worker will just go give the support that the family needed, the mother needed in terms of the pregnancy. But in this particular case, the worker went beyond that. I do believe that the model of the co-op does help communities to be active citizens in Canada, and in the long term, that's what we want, right? We want people to feel connected to this country.
It is really truly heartwarming for all of us to be involved in this video project on the eve of 2020. So it's literally 28 years since the pioneers among our founding members came together. We've grown over the last 22 years as a workers' co-op. From originally 12 of us, now we're over 100. From being part of 6 communities, we're now part of 27 communities. And we literally, joyfully, humbly serve our communities using our own lived experience and been an honoring relationship bridge using cultural brokering as our practice between the families and colleagues inside the system. So really looking back, may I use the yin-yang symbol as a metaphor. So in many ways, we have been focusing a bit on the darker side where our children, youth and families been struggling along our side. And really what we need now is to illuminate the brighter side of the yin-yang symbol, because inherently all the children, youth and our families and our communities have incredible strength and cultural wealth. We are inviting you all to follow the movement towards this balance. We really need to engage our communities in overcoming the challenges, but it's also our joint effort to reveal and harvest the strength and the cultural wealth that our families and communities bring. In doing so, I promise you, each of us will be transformed as human beings, and together we'll create a truly socially inclusive city with harmony and peace and joy.
We dress our kids and we help them with their homework. We feed them mission meals with hope and love and dreams. We say a prayer for our children and their future, that they'll have better days than these. There'll be better days. There'll be better days. There'll be better days than these. There'll be better days. There'll be better days. There'll be better days than these.
明天会更好. May pag-asang darating. Yes, there will be better days. How about in unison, we together say, there will be better days. Do we want to do that? On the count of 3, we all say, there will be better days. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. three. There